Welcome to Yester Quickies, a speedy culinary trip back in time. Today we're traveling to 1987 to discover Artichoke Bites. You're gonna love it. Let's get started. Hey everyone, I'm Jill and this is Yester Kitchen. You are gonna love today's recipe. It is cocktail party perfect. Remember what I said about cocktail parties? You need to be able to hold your drink in one hand and an appetizer in the other. This is gonna fit the bill. And this was riding the big artichoke dip train that was so popular in the 80s. And this is a great little riff. You're gonna love it. So the first thing I have is my skillet, and I've got the heat on medium-low. It might be a little too high, so it might sizzle, but we'll see. Okay, well, first thing you wanna do is you wanna get your hands on a jar of marinated artichokes, and you wanna drain the marinade out of it. And then you're gonna keep the drained artichokes on the side for right now. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna pour the marinade right into our pan and let it start sizzling, and that's what you're gonna use as your oil. Here I have 1 medium onion chopped. It's about 2 cups. And you want to get those in there, as well as 3 cloves of garlic, chopped pretty well. And get those going. Okay, now we're just gonna stir this around for about 3 to 5 minutes until your onions are tender. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes and our onions are nice and tender and they are just soaking up all that marinade, which is exactly what we want. And now I'm gonna go ahead and turn the fire off and swap it out for a food processor. So give me 1 second. Okay, hello food processor. We have quite a few things to add to this. You're gonna love it. Okay, so the first thing I have is 8 eggs that I have beaten slightly, and in they go. Next, I have a fabulous assortment of cheeses. I have here 1 cup of shredded cheddar, 1 cup of shredded Swiss, and 1 cup of grated Parmesan, all just fabulous. And your food processor is such a great place to grate your cheese. Or you can buy them pre-shredded, whatever you like. I actually chose to grate my own today. Next, we have a 1/4 cup of parsley, chopped. I use the Italian parsley. You can use whichever one you like. I think this has a little bit more flavor. So that's what I use. Now we have a 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, a 1/2 teaspoon of Worcestershire, a 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning. If you don't have Italian seasoning, I'm gonna list in the description all the different herbs that are in Italian seasoning, and you can feel free to pick and choose what you like. There's only a 1/2 teaspoon, so it's not worth it to go buy a whole bottle unless you're gonna use it. And the last thing we have is some Tabasco. Now, if you like spicy, put it in there. If you're not too much of a fan of spicy, then just kind of hold back a little bit. But as I keep saying, I love spicy. Okay, now we're gonna put our lid on and we are gonna mix this up. Okay, there we go. And of course I forgot the most important part, your artichokes. That's okay, it's never too late. So we go ahead and add in our artichokes, and now we're gonna give it one final little whirl. Much better. Okay, now we're gonna bring in our bowl. Okay, here is our happy little bowl, and I already have our onions in there. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour all the liquid that we just created, the filling from the food processor, right into these onions. And you wanna make sure you get it all because, well, it's just really good. And now we're gonna add 1/2 cup of fresh breadcrumbs. You can probably get away with store-bought breadcrumbs, but, well, like I said, I'm retro. I like to make a lot of things from scratch. So then you stir in those breadcrumbs, and really, you're done. So now we have 2 options, and either one is gonna come out adorable. Okay, so you remember those cute little mini muffin pans that we all have that no one ever uses? I'm gonna give you a great reason to use them. We're gonna wanna fill all, and I've got a little ice cream scoop. You can use a spoon too, whatever you like. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fill them up. You want them about 3/4 full. These are a little bit more, but that's okay, we'll be fine. Your other option, if you don't have mini muffin pans, is to put it right into a 9x13 baking pan. Either way, you want to make sure you're very well greased. So they pop right out, and we'll be right back when it's ready to put in the oven. Okay, so I decided to do both. I have 2 mini muffin pans filled up, and then I put the rest in an 8x8. You're gonna go 350 on your oven, and you're gonna do mini muffins for about 12 to 15 minutes. If you're going just straight 8x8 or 9x13, you're gonna go about 25, and you wanna cook it until a knife comes out clean. So we're gonna pop these guys in the oven. I can't wait. And we'll be right back when they're done. Okay, everything is out of the oven, and take a look. This is a very like quiche-y, kind of artichoke-y, kind of fabulous finger appetizer. So here's our test. Oh yeah, that works. So really quick, instead of a food processor, a blender will work just fine. And here's my other tray. I just wanted to show you, you really want to let these guys sit for about 10 minutes. 8 if you really can't wait, because you want them to solidify so they come out of here easily. And all you do is you take a knife, the back side of a knife, because I feel like the serrated part rips the sides, and you just put it in and scrape it around, and it'll come out for you. Also, if you don't want to use a knife because you don't want a big slit in the top, you know, when you test, because you really want your knife to come out clean, that's how you know your eggs are done, you can also use a skewer. You can use a wooden toothpick. You can use a long bamboo skewer. Just whatever you use, just make sure the eggs stay away from it and just come right out clean. Okay, so that's it. These are fabulous. This is the perfect party appetizer. Oops. There we go. I can't wait to give them a try. Thanks for stopping by. You can share your recipes or make requests by joining my Facebook group. Made one of my dishes? I'd love to see it. Tag me on Instagram. I'll see you in the next video.